What I want to talk to you guys about is how to taper the full Tang handle on a knife. First, let me say that you need to lay out all of your holes and drill your pin holes. For a 1/4 inch pin, I always use a letter F drill bit because it's about 7/1000ths oversized, and I like that little bit of extra grace in between my pins, my pin and the knife handle, so that it goes in easy when you go for handle assembly. So go ahead and take a file and just take all the burrs. When you do your grinding, your edge grinding, you're going to raise a burr. So be sure to take those all off. And then you need to take a chamfering tool and just go ahead and put a small chamfer on all of your holes. That gives you a little bit of strength. Any square edge, like even on a hole, will add a little bit of weakness to the handle when it goes into its heat treat. So it's a good idea to chamfer all your holes. It only takes a couple of minutes. You can use a drill press and all that and a larger size drill bit if you want to, but it just takes just about as long to do it by hand, and I think this is a sharper tool and it gives me a little bit better surface on my chamfering anyway. And you need to do it on both sides of the handle, obviously. It only takes, I guess I'm going to use 3 half turns, but when you're using a 4 spade chamfering tool, you're getting the full 360-degree chamfer, even with it's just a half a turn. Somebody's calling. Not going to take that call right now. So as you can see, it only took just a minute. You can also use your sander to take out the burrs from your drills if you want to use that. The second thing you need to do is notice that my grind lines here are all 90 degrees to the side of the handle, because when I go to scribe my line, my scribe will show up nice and even. And you have to set the width of your scribe to give you a nice even distance on the back side, equal distance. And what you'll see here is that my scribe lines, and I know you can see it very well, and I don't have a very good camera to make sure you can see it, but they're probably a 1/64 of an inch apart. So when I go to actually do my grinding, for my hollow grinding, you'll see I'm going to take them right down to the line. So, that being said, I'll get out my holding tool. This is a tool that I made. It's just turned on a wood lathe with black walnut and a 1/4 inch brass pin. And then I can hold it in my knife handle, and it gives me something to push against, and I don't have to worry about burning my fingers or scrubbing them up, sanding them off on the sander. There we go. So you can see I'm way too far this way. I need to bring it up towards center more. There we go. Now I'm nice and centered up on my handle. Now you can see I don't want to go much further than the end of my pinhole. Here's where my hand guard is going to stop, my handle. I'm going to stay this side of that. And you want to keep the handle cool. Don't want to let it get too hot. So you can see what I'm trying to do is get down to my double-edged scribe line and not take, and just want it to be tapered all the way down. Purpose of doing turn this off. The main purpose of doing the hollow grind now is because it takes a long time to do all of the tapering on the flat platen. So it's better to just hollow this out real quick on the wheel and then spend a little bit of extra time on the flat platen to get a nice job. So you can see I'm right down at the edge of my far side scribe line, so I'm good to go on this side. So all I do, keep the hands the same. I don't have to turn anything. I just flip it over and do it again. I always check after a couple of grinds, a couple of passes, to make sure that my hollow grind is near the middle of the handle. Notice I spend most of my time down on this end. If I want a taper from here all the way to there, all the way to the very end of the handle. Excellent. Okay, so hopefully you can see, I'll bring it right up here, nice and thin, right in the middle. You can see the two hollow grinds on each side, and each side comes down to the scribe line, and I didn't go too far on the handle itself, so I'm not up into the flat grind. So then I'll go to the sander and the flat platen, and I'll taper it. Thanks for watching.